The Betrayal. High Chancellor Voron's Decree. Earth, your time in the Galactic Council is over. Leave and never return, declared High Chancellor Voron, his voice echoing through the Grand Hall. Admiral Helen Kincaid, standing tall among Earth's delegates, narrowed her eyes at the smug alien leader. "You will regret this," she muttered through gritted teeth. Her words were a vow, not a threat. The decision had been swift and without room for appeal, with accusations of aggression and misconduct levied against Earth, each more outrageous than the last. The council members, swayed by falsified evidence and whispered conspiracies, voted to expel humanity. A steely determination. Shock and disbelief rippled through the human delegation, quickly replaced by a steely determination. As Helen and her team left the chamber, diplomat Noah Green whispered, "This isn't over. We'll find the truth and expose it." Back on Earth, the news hit like a sledgehammer. Broadcasts of the expulsion spread rapidly, stirring a mix of outrage and unity among the global population. President Evelyn Harper addressed the world from the steps of the Capitol. "We have been wronged," she stated firmly, her eyes blazing with conviction. "But we will not bow. We will rise stronger and more united than ever." Mobilizing for action. The immediate fallout was severe. Resource shortages loomed as trade embargoes took effect, cutting off vital supplies. Diplomatic ties were severed, leaving Earth isolated. In response, leaders and citizens rallied together, transforming shock into action. Admiral Helen Kincaid convened a strategic meeting with key figures, including scientist Dr. Raj Patel and diplomat Noah Green. "First, we need to address the resource issue," Helen began, her voice steady. "Dr. Patel, can we develop alternative energy sources quickly?" Dr. Patel, a brilliant mind in energy innovation, nodded thoughtfully. "We've been experimenting with new fusion technologies. With enough focus and resources, we can accelerate development." "Good," Helen replied. "Noah, we need you to dig deeper into the Council's decision. Find out who's behind this. Uncovering the truth." Noah's eyes hardened with resolve. "I'm on it. I've already uncovered some discrepancies that suggest foul play." Days turned into weeks as Earth mobilized. Factories that once produced consumer goods now churned out defense materials and advanced technologies. Dr. Patel's team made rapid progress developing new energy sources that could sustain the planet independently. Underground alliances were also forming. Diplomat Green, leveraging his extensive network, reached out to other marginalized species. Many were sympathetic, having faced similar injustices from the dominant council factions. These covert discussions laid the groundwork for a broader coalition against the corrupt elements within the council, revealing the conspiracy. Meanwhile, Noah's investigation bore fruit. He discovered a series of encrypted communications between the Xelar Coalition and key council members, revealing a conspiracy to frame Earth and manipulate the council's decisions. "Look at this," Noah said, showing the findings to Helen and Dr. Patel. "They've orchestrated every accusation, every piece of evidence against us." Helen nodded, her expression grim but determined. "We will, but first we need to ensure our defenses are impenetrable. The Council won't take kindly to being exposed." Rising resistance. Preparing for invasion. As preparations continued, a new threat emerged. Reports indicated a coalition of rival species amassing forces near Earth's borders, preparing for an invasion. The timing was no coincidence. "We need to be ready," Helen said, addressing her officers. "This invasion is their attempt to crush us while we're vulnerable. We won't let that happen." Earth's military forces were put on high alert. Innovative defensive strategies were devised, utilizing the new technologies developed by Dr. Patel's team. Fortifications were strengthened, and every soldier, engineer, and citizen prepared for the impending conflict. The tension was palpable as the coalition ships appeared in the skies above Earth, their presence a dark omen. The battle begins. Fleet alarms blared, signaling the beginning of the assault. Initial chaos ensued, but Helen's leadership quickly brought order. "We've trained for this," she reminded her troops. "Stay focused. Stay strong. We will not be defeated." The first wave of attacks was brutal, but Earth's defenses, now bolstered by innovative tactics and advanced weaponry, began to hold firm. Dr. Patel's breakthrough in energy weapons provided a critical edge, turning the tide in humanity's favor. As the battle raged, Noah continued his diplomatic efforts, reaching out to potential allies and broadcasting the evidence of the Council's corruption. The response was overwhelming. Public opinion began to shift, and support for Earth grew. A day of resilience. By the end of the first day of battle, it was clear that Earth would not fall easily. The invaders were repelled, and humanity's resilience shone brightly in the face of adversity. In a war room deep within the fortified command center, Helen, Dr. Patel, and Noah reviewed their progress. "Admiral Kincaid, we might be down, but we're not out. It's time to show them what we're made of," Dr. Raj Patel said, his fingers flying over holographic displays. A new strategy. Earth's leaders had gathered, their faces etched with determination. The room buzzed with urgency as they discussed their next steps. The expulsion from the Galactic Council had been a blow, but it had also ignited a fire of innovation and resolve. "We need new energy sources," Dr. Patel began, his voice steady. "Our current supplies won't sustain us through this isolation. I've been working on a prototype fusion reactor. If we can scale it up, it could power our defenses and sustain us." The turning point. Forging alliances. As the war raged on, Helen, Dr. Patel, and Noah worked tirelessly to strengthen Earth's defenses and gather allies. Diplomat Green's efforts bore fruit as more marginalized species joined their cause. A clandestine meeting was held on a neutral moon, where representatives from various species convened to discuss a united front against the corrupt elements within the Galactic Council. "We all have suffered under their tyranny," Noah addressed the assembly. "But together, we can expose their corruption and bring about a new era of justice and equality." The representatives, inspired by Earth's resilience, pledged their support. This newly formed coalition brought hope and a renewed sense of purpose to the beleaguered human forces. Innovations in defense. Back on Earth, Dr. Patel's team made significant breakthroughs in energy technology. The prototype fusion reactor was successfully scaled up, providing a virtually limitless source of power. This advancement allowed for the development of more advanced weapons and defensive systems. "We've integrated the fusion reactor with our planetary shield network," Dr. Patel explained to Helen. "This will make our defenses nearly impenetrable." Helen nodded in approval. "Excellent work. Now, let's ensure we're ready for their next move." Exposing the truth. Noah's efforts to broadcast the Council's corruption continued. Using a network of sympathetic media outlets and underground channels, he disseminated the evidence far and wide. The impact was profound. Protests erupted on numerous worlds, demanding accountability and reform within the Galactic Council. The once powerful body was now facing internal strife and external pressure. "The tide is turning," Noah said, meeting with Helen and Dr. Patel. "We need to keep up the pressure and stay united." The final assault. A united front. The coalition forces, now bolstered by their new allies, prepared for a final assault on the heart of the corrupt Council's power. Fleet Admiral Helen Kincaid coordinated with commanders from various species, devising a multi-pronged strategy to penetrate the enemy's defenses. "Our strength lies in our unity," Helen addressed the assembled leaders. "Together, we will strike at the very core of their corruption and bring justice to the galaxy." The battle commences. The combined fleets launched a coordinated attack, each faction playing a crucial role in the assault. Earth's advanced energy weapons, powered by Dr. Patel's fusion reactors, provided a significant advantage, cutting through the enemy's defenses with precision. As the battle raged, Helen led a daring strike team to infiltrate the Council's command center. The mission was fraught with danger, but their determination and resolve carried them through. With each step, They fought against heavily armed guards and automated defenses. The showdown. In the heart of the command center, Helen confronted High Chancellor Vorin. "Your reign of corruption ends today," she declared, her voice echoing with authority. Vorin sneered, but his confidence wavered. "You think you can stop us? We are the Council." Helen's eyes blazed with determination. "No, you are a shadow of what the Council was meant to be. And today, we bring back the light." With the support of her team and the coalition forces, Helen engaged in a fierce battle against Vorin and his elite guards. The struggle was intense, but their resolve and unity proved stronger. Finally, Vorin was subdued, and the command center fell silent. The aftermath. Restoring order. With the fall of Vorin and the corrupt council members, a new era began. The coalition forces worked together to restore order and implement reforms that would prevent such corruption from taking hold again. A new Galactic Council was established, one that prioritized justice, equality, and cooperation among all species. "We have a long road ahead," Noah addressed the new council members. "But together, we can build a future where no one is oppressed or marginalized." Earth's triumph. Back on Earth, celebrations erupted as news of their victory spread. President Evelyn Harper addressed the world, her voice filled with pride and hope. "We faced insurmountable odds and emerged victorious. This victory is not just for Earth, but for every species that values freedom and justice. We will continue to stand united, stronger than ever." Dr. Patel's innovations continued to benefit humanity and its allies, ushering in a new era of technological advancement and prosperity. The fusion reactors provided clean, limitless energy, transforming the lives of billions. A new beginning. As the dust settled, Helen, Dr. Patel, and Noah stood together, reflecting on their journey. "We did it," Helen said, her voice filled with emotion. "We brought down a corrupt regime and forged a new path for the galaxy." Dr. Patel smiled. "And we've only just begun. There are endless possibilities ahead of us." Noah nodded in agreement. "Indeed, this is just the beginning of our story. Together, we will continue to explore, innovate, and inspire." The legacy. Inspiring future generations. The story of Earth's resilience and the Coalition's triumph became a beacon of hope and inspiration for future generations. Schools across the galaxy taught the history of the Great Struggle, emphasizing the importance of unity, justice, and the power of determined individuals to effect change. Young minds were inspired by the tales of Admiral Helen Kincaid, Dr. Raj Patel, and diplomat Noah Green. Their legacy lived on, encouraging new generations to strive for a better future and to never lose hope, no matter the odds. Continuing the mission. Helen, Dr. Patel, and Noah continued their work, focusing on strengthening the bonds between the species and promoting technological advancements that would benefit all. They traveled across the galaxy, sharing their knowledge and experiences, and fostering a spirit of cooperation and mutual respect. "Our mission is far from over," Helen said during a speech on a distant colony world. "We will continue to build bridges, break down barriers, and ensure that the galaxy remains a place of opportunity and equality for all." Endless possibilities. Exploring new horizons. With the galaxy now at peace, the Coalition turned its attention to exploration and discovery. New star systems were charted, and the mysteries of the universe beckoned. Dr. Patel's technological innovations paved the way for advanced space travel, allowing humanity and its allies to venture further than ever before. "We are explorers at heart," Dr. Patel said, gazing at the stars. "The universe is vast, and there is so much more to discover." A never-ending story. The story of Earth's resilience and the Coalition's triumph is a never-ending one. As they ventured into the unknown, they carried with them the lessons of the past and the hope for a brighter future. Every new discovery, every challenge overcome, added to the rich tapestry of their shared history. And so, the story continues, fueled by imagination, curiosity, and the indomitable spirit of humanity and its allies. Together, they explored limitless possibilities, forging a future where creativity, strength, and unity knew no bounds.